going to do that, taking away your spellcasting stuff. Because just the three of you, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult adventure tonight. Okay, so the turn order is going to be for tonight. Oslin. My man. Trell and Varg.
Next week.
She said she might be, but she has not. Oh, next week. Okay. All right. So, y'all are in the city. Oslin, what are you doing on this fine and beautiful morning? Moon day.
I think Oslin would be playing around with Hank, playing fetch with a stick, or just kind of taking in the surroundings.
All right, so you're playing fetch with Hank. Hank is running about. He's acting like a puppy, a giant 100-and-something-pound puppy. And he's just enjoying himself. Feeling really frisky and good today. All right. Trell, what are you up to? Yes. You also, and Arius is off dealing with the court on all that spy stuff he found. The elf gold that was being used to pay the mercenaries and whatnot. They did, and they are now. Safeton is being defended by part of the Celanese army.
And don't forget about your baby Groot.
It is growing, and in a couple hundred years, it will be able to talk.
And probably swaying to Michael Jackson.
Yes, your two horses actually getting along fairly amiably out in the pasture. They're even like old Mr. Grumblebones is like, okay, it's pretty nice here. All right, so that's going on. So that's really kind of what's happening. I picture Trell is tending to the baby treant and maybe an herb garden. By the way, since you've had some downtime between adventures, I am going to say that you have. It was kind of busy, so you only made 2 more healing potions. But you got more healing potions. You're going to like them tonight. Okay, so Varg.
Yo.
So, what are you up to?
Where are we? We're back at the place.
We're back in Instad, yes.
Instad. It has like it has forests around it, right?
It is a giant forest city. Every building is a living tree.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking, like, Varg and Par just having a stroll out in the wilderness somewhere. So.
Okay, yeah, y'all are strolling about in the wilderness. when you are being. Well, I mean, just remind me car exists. Please. Um, so yeah, y'all are out wandering when you happen upon a young human, tall blonde man, clean shaven with kind of a dopey smile. Um, and he's like, "Oh, well met.
Hi.
Lovely city you have here.
Yeah.
So, are you a native?"
No.
Oh no! Oh heavens! No. Well, I guess not being an elf and all. Hi, I'm Alaric Cole.
Varg?
Varg. Very nice name. Like, um, so may I? You're the first person I've met here in Enstad. I have traveled many days and am hoping to learn. I'm from the north.
Mm, learn? Learn what exactly?
I'm a scholar, actually. I am looking for plant and animal lore
For this specific region?
for the region, and I figured the elves and the legendary rangers and druids here would have knowledge of many wide and varied biomes, and I could compile them into my book. I'm working on a treatise trying to compile all of the major types of life on Earth.
Oh, is that all? Um, uh, I, I will take you to someone I think can help. Uh,
Oh, fantastic, Varg! I am absolutely pleased to meet you. May I offer some recompense for your kindness?
uh, mm, no, no, no.
Oh,
Uh, uh, just I guess we'll go on over to my friend who can help.
wonderful. Lead on, good sir. All right. That's just what. Well, that's why Gary Gygax. Actually, the original map of the place was just Wisconsin with fantasy names on it. So it was called Orth. In GURPS, they had a world called Earth, YRTH. It's just a standard fantasy trope. Well, welcome to the weirdness of role playing games.
It just
I know, but most people, and I mean, hell, Tolkien just it's like Middle Earth. All right, cool. Done. It was
every
an old English name for like it's like a Viking reference to Midgard, Middle World. Well, I
honestly
mean,
every
Midgard just means Middle Earth in Norse. So I mean, like Gandalf just means wand elf. All the names are just like ridiculously easy. It's like, this is Wand Elf. And Saruman was skillful guy or skillful man. I am Wand Elf. Anyway. All right. So Alaric and Varg are incoming to Trell, correct? Is that where you're taking him, Varg?
If Trell knows more about animals, particularly this region.
Trell. Impression I get is Trell is like a nature learning machine. Like he brews potions and reads about plants and animals. That's kind of his thing. He practices with swords. All right, so Oslin, you are playing with Hank, and a small group of goblins approaches you. One of them, he's kind of derpy looking. He's jumping up and down like, oh, it's a dog. And a goblin woman walks up to you and goes, excuse me, Mr. Halfling, could my brother Clem pet your dog?
Sure.
Oh no, it is the same goblins.
It is. All right. So Clem is just so happy. He runs up and hugs Hank by the neck, and he's like, "I love you."
Oslin is laughing.
All right, so the other goblins are, they're greeting you, and they're like, "Oh, so what do you do here? It's good to meet fellow short folk."
I have some friends here, and that we kind of just go off and do some fun things every now and again. What are you guys doing here?
Well, we moved here after this big, ugly orc priestess took over a bunch of land up in the Hell Furnace Mountains.
In the Hell Furnace Mountains?
They point directly to the west. They're like, over there.
Oslin will ask, does she wear a symbol of some sort?
Yeah, it looked like a closed eye or a big eyeball or something.
That's the one that I had the vision about, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Very interesting. In the Hellfire Mountains, huh? How long ago did you see her there?
We've been here about a year, so she could have left. But we like it here, and the elves have been real nice to us.
They are very accommodating. Do you think that she would still be there?
Hard to tell. She enslaved most of our people and had us mining for stuff. Looking for some books.
Do you know what kind of books?
Something about a sleeping god.
Very interesting. How many of them were you in, or how many of you guys were enslaved?
There were 200 of us, but Isrock over there, she points to a male goblin who is reading a book fairly absently. He's smart, so he got us out of there.
Would he be willing to take us there?
Isrock is like, not likely. We have a good life here, and we've got jobs, and we work at the stables, so absolutely not.
There's nothing that can persuade you?
No.
Money? Gold?
Gold is not any good if one is not alive to spend it. There are many
So how
corpses lying somewhere out there with packs of gold laden to them.
is that what you do? You search corpses?
Good heavens, no, 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 no. I'm a scholar and I write letters for people. It's a good business.
Did you ever write a letter for her?
No. No, as soon as she came, we escaped.
Okay. Well, very interesting. I might have to bring this up with my friends.
If you did, I would be happy to furnish you with maps of the location we came from and where we were mining. And I also, this goblin has an incredible memory. He sketches down some runes. He's like, this was all I saw written on the walls of that dreadful place she was excavating.
Osland will take the maps.
It is beyond my. No, he can't make the map. He's going to work on the maps, but he did write.
Okay.
So you have some runes.
Okay.
All I remember, I'm afraid, we were trying to escape.
Well, this is most helpful.
She had Drow helping her. I remember that.
Who's Drow?
The dark-skinned elves from under the earth.
Oh, okay.
She had them and these sickly gray-colored dwarves.
Interesting. Are there any weaknesses of these people you know?
Well, the Drow don't like sunlight. In fact, if they stay out in the sun, their armor will erode away.
Very interesting.
But they can cast a cloak of darkness about themselves. However, Oslan,
Yes.
roll a wisdom check. All right, so you have actually figured out, from Isrok's description, you now have, and you can write this on your sheet somewhere, knowledge of Drow tactics. This will give you advantage on rolls to figure out where Drow are going to be and how they're going to ambush.
All right.
Okay. Trell. We're going to skip over to you, Trell. Yes, Kiara, who is an elf you've dealt with before. She's a high elf, druid in training, wants to be a member of the Woodland Protectors, has gold eyes, black hair, and milk white skin. She comes running up to your door and knocks. Master Trell, Master Trell. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. I was so intent on finding you that I didn't notice you there. You have a message. It is from your assistant Daria, to the north, near the fortress of Ostverk in the Kron Hills. Okay, Kiara hands it to you, and it turns out Daria is seeking help. Strange things are afoot. And she needs some backup from the Woodland Protectors, and she thought to call on you first. According to her message, a bunch of mages have shown up fighting over a farmer near Ostwerk was digging in his fields, and he dug up this ancient machine-looking thing. And a bunch of mages are there fighting over it. It's an ancient machine of some sort. Okay, Kiara's like, may I come? Oh, I want to be a woodland protector. Anything to protect the forest. Her eyes are bright, and she's like got that rookie feel to her. Um, all right, Kiara, yes. Ripfang is currently sitting in the Black Castle Tavern, singing for his supper and telling tales. You may go find him there if you like. All right, that's fine. So, yes, I encourage this. All right, okay, so Varg, as you are walking up, you see Kiara, who is obviously the young druid initiate who is just chomping at the bit to get out there and do some super cool woodland protecting. Um, and you get there, and Alaric's with you. He's like, "Oh goodness, oh oh goodness, ah, your friend. He's got wolf legs."
He's exactly what I am, except he can shift between his two forms.
Oh goodness, so it must be some sort of overcome curse of lycanthropy.
Yeah, my mother never cared for it.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, so, Alaric looks at you and Kiara Trell. He's like, greetings. My friend Varg here said that you are an expert in plants and animals of the region and various environs. Well, I mean, I am a humble scholar and I'm writing a book on the various forms of life found on Earth. So I was wondering if I could interview you for this. I most certainly will follow you, and I may offer my services. I am a scholar of small ability. Oh, I know a few minor cantrips, and I can practice some small amount of healing. And I am skilled at identifying magic items. Will be happy to accompany. Varg, my friend, we shall get to know each other better on the road.
Joy.
You sound so happy to know this man. It's brilliant. Alaric Cole. That's fine as long as you remember him. He's kind of a human level 1 wizard. Kara's like a level 1 druid. You know? So Fang is a level 5 bard. Yes, you druid guys had to meditate on nature and become one with the land. Rip Fang insulted a goblin and he exploded once. Um, all right, so all right. So okay, so Oslin, you're headed to where? What are you doing?
I think he will head to Vargs.
Okay, well, on the way you encounter Trell, Varg, and these two people, a human and a high elf. You know the high elf. She basically empties chamber pots and cooks meals for you more advanced druids.
Oslin will kind of recap everything that he heard from Hellfire Mountain, the orc priestess being there and searching mining stuff for him to the group.
I kind of picture Oslin but mentioning the goblins that he ran into, and Varg just being like, "Oh, crap."
Yeah. Clem was hugging Hank. It was quite funny.
Clem hugged Carr.
That's impressive.
I thought so myself.
By the way, one thing you learned about Clem Oslin is Clem wants to be a druid.
He wants to be a druid.
Yeah, he loves animals.
Well, at least his standards are high.
He doesn't know what druid. Heck, half the time he calls them doodads. So, I mean, Clem is.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking like then just to mess with him a little bit.
So, are y'all going to the Black Castle to find Ripfang? Okay, so you find Ripfang in there, playing and singing. He ends his little set, comes down, fetches a tankard of ale, downs it, and then he turns and goes, "My friends, how are you? It's ever so nice to see you all." Inclined, I owe you my very existence, so of course I will go with you, Trell. It's kind of weird. Ripfang does not act like any gnoll you've ever encountered, mostly because he was raised by humans. No, he feels he owes you his life because you did save him from getting killed in the woods. Um, all right. So Ripfang's like, so horses? Are we going out with horses? The stables, yes. You could ride griffins, you know. No, you just let him outside the keep. Probably. You get the impression he just cares more about griffins than he does people. All right, so, well, are you all headed for the griffin pens?
Sounds pretty cool.
Ulrich's like, up in the air? Alaric, the scholar, he's like, up in the air? Sane people generally are. Oh, hang on a second. What's up? I'll get it.
So, how are y'all?
I hid you with my body. Cashews. Okay, I'm back. So,
Welcome back.
all right, so
He liked the way like welcome back. It was like I just envisioned like going into a television show as they were like welcome back.
yes, exactly.
It just made me laugh.
Understand. Okay, so you guys show up, and the Griffin Master is mucking out a stable. He's like, "Oh, now what do you want?"
We need to borrow some more griffins.
We want your griffin, see?
Hmm. You're gonna get that dog there. Points to Hank.
He can ride on the same griffin as me.
Might overstrain the Griffin's back.
How do you figure? Yeah, that's it. I'm like together.
All right, I guess. What about it? Good Lord, he sees Rip Fang. Good. You got a knoll here.
I know, glorious bastard, isn't he?
I know, right?
Rip Fang doffs his hat with the big feather and bows. The Griffin Master's like, all right. So what I want you to do is, you still got your calling whistle, right? All right. So what I want you to do is, it's woodland protector business, I guess. Just be nice to him.
Do they like any treats?
Like horse. Killed a horse today. Fed it to him. One Griffin's like, ah. But no, that's the sound they make. It's just like that deep throaty, not like calling in that shrill way. And you understood. You didn't hear that, Trell. You heard it say it was yummy. Of course. All right, fair enough. Just make sure that they get back okay. Good, good. Let them get away while you're getting killed. Good. Smart thinking. He walks over, and you can tell now he can speak to the griffins. He's like, and remember, if they start getting killed, you run away. Don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero.
Rip Fang is talking softly with Alaric, and he's like, yes, I understand. Look over there. And Rip Fang just whaps him on the back of the head with the hilt of his dagger. So he's like, he'll ride with me. Yes. He was just going to whine about it. Of course, he's a gentle soul. I myself have always wanted to fly, so let's fly.
Rip Fang, I love you. Thank you for that.
So, I am afraid I am already taken by the mistress of song, but I appreciate the affection.
Why does everyone assume I'm hitting on them?
Rip Fang's like, look at this. Who doesn't hit on me?
Trail's more my thing.
Of course. I understand completely. I too have dog legs, you know. He points to his breeches and his digitigrade legs.
Yeah, but trails go all the way up.
You haven't seen me without my breeches. Griffin Master is palming his forehead. And Kiara has taken to saddling all the griffins for everyone. And she's like, Master Oslin, your griffin.
Oslin will thank her and try to get up on this griffin. So, like, do I have to do anything? Do I have to, like, ask for permission?
No, y'all can mount them. These griffins have been trained since they were eggs.
Okay.
Yes. Everybody gets strapped to these griffins. The elves learned that the hard way the first few times they flew on griffins. Yeah. Yes. You've got the long and short of it, yes. Rip Fang, his tongue is lolling out and he's panting happily. Next thing you know, Alaric will wake up, and I'll roll to see if he wakes up during the flight. Okay. All right, so y'all are flying through the air when you just before you don't hear anything because there's wind rushing. When you arrive, you notice that Ripfang cuts Alaric loose, and Alaric jumps down with his hands in like an exaggerated boxing position. He's like, "Cad, coward, footpad, what have you done? We were flying. I was in the air." Yes, I did. We're really
Are you
high
okay?
I need to go to the stream yonder.
My scholar friend, I doth have to ask, but did you die?
No, I did not. I am thankful for that, Master Bard, my dear friend. However, I must go clean my robes.
Knew I smelled something.
The griffin is preening. Yeah, the folk at the Ostwerk, the keep, are kind of in a dither. Many of them have never seen griffins, and Daria's calming them down. She's like, "Master Trell, it's so good to see you again." Eventful, very eventful. I have a problem. There's a missing party of adventurers. One of them happens to be a dwarf prince. Um, and I'm dealing with trying to keep this damn band of orcs and those humans over there from trying to kill each other right here in front of the keep. Oh, and keeping the Verbobonk soldiers in the keep from starting a war. Yes. So I was wondering if you could help me find my missing prince. I can handle them. Fortunately, I spent quite enough time watching Lord Arius talk his way through situations. Lord Arius. She'd watched Lord Arius talk his way through strange situations like this. And so she's like, "So I think I can handle that. But I didn't want to send some green recruits from the keep out to find them." Also knew that Bard would be able to track them pretty much no matter what. Greets them all warmly. And you hear screams in Orcish, and you hear screams in Common about, "You damn fool, don't touch it!" Pardon me, Master Trell, I must get back to this. All right. So, what are y'all gonna do? Oslin, starting with you.
So we're going to look for a prince, correct?
Dwarf Prince, yeah.
Okay, so where do we start?
His name is Prince Mervyn.
Prince Mervyn. Where was the last place Prince Mervyn was seen?
He was seen in the hills south toward the mountains there, north of Enstad. So it's probably maybe a day and a half's walk.
Okay. So what do you guys think?
nice. I understand. Somebody decided to make bacon sandwiches. Okay. All right. So Trell, what are you planning? Oh, no worries. Okay, so they were searching a cave somewhere to the south in the Cron Hills, about a day and a half's walk. That was the information Daria got from the innkeeper here at the keep.
Yes, but that was, I think, for like the mountains.
Oh, but Alaric could read them probably, as he's wringing out his damp robes.
Okay, Oslan will approach him and ask if he can decipher these runes.
Ooh, ah, goodness. Now, this is a very, very, very old Drow dialect. Reference to Tharizdun, the sleeping god, locked away by the gods of good at the beginning of time.
Is there any kind of like directions or?
Mostly just a label. It's a cartouche. It speaks the names I will not say aloud. The names of several creatures in the demiplane of imprisonment, looks like. Where did you find these?
I was given them.
Well, I most certainly hope we are not going after those people today. Not are we?
Oslan just kind of laughs and then like back and returns to Trell. No, nothing. Just. So I guess we could try to go to this mountain or the cave that they were last seen and kind of see what's going on there.
Yes. If you can find him, return him. Otherwise, if you find him dead, return his signet ring. South. The mountain where that came from is pretty far to the southwest. Y'all would be just going straight south in the Cron Hills to this little cave. So, y'all are going to look for the dwarf prince, correct?
Yeah.
And has Varg finished slamming off smoke detectors? Gonna take that as a no.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're fine. All right, so you all set out to the south. Find several pairs of tracks. Looks like a party of 4 or 5 people was coming this way. It's almost sunset when a young woman is approaching your camp. A young man behind her in chains. Her eyes are wide. They are both humans. Something smells off about him, Varg. The man.
Oh dear. All right. So Varg's gonna string his bow up and have it ready, but he's not gonna like aim it or point it, but he's going to kind of like just watch them and see what
The
they
young
do.
woman approaches and says, "We come in peace. My name is Davina. This is my fiance Peter." But just him. He's leading him by his chains.
And why exactly is he chained up?
Peter says, "I must be chained before the moon rises tonight. The wolf inside of me will overtake it. Unless, are you a werewolf too? Do you know how to control this?"
I am I I am descended from werewolves, yes. I'm kind of what happens after generations of werewolf breeding.
Is there no way to control this curse?
There
Anything you can teach me. I don't want to be a menace to my loved ones anymore. Sir, I am a simple farmer. Okay, so you're going to sit down and try to teach him how to control the shift. Okay, roll a charisma check. No, you've taught him how to control his shape change.
Nice.
The two are just they ask your name. Davina and Peter are like, "We will name our child Trell. We will do it." Given us a greater gift than anything we could ask for. Like, no.
Yes, they
It
do.
is my honor. It is my honor. Does Aslan just pop out and say that while he's eating an apple or something?
yeah, he does. Yeah, totally. Like he's like all like nervous and making sure it works, and then he just pops out. Yes, they do.
Pearl, I mean, you did a good thing. It was that, or just wait for him to breed in werewolf form and then make another one of me. Yeah, I don't think he had that kind of time on him. And some higher being knows that we cannot stand having another me. I can't even stand me.
Davina leans over to you, Varg. She's like, "How many babies do your people have?"
Well, the litter that I was born in was 8, and my mother just recently gave birth to 6.
Oh goodness. That is a lot of babies. Peter, I think we're going to need a larger house.
Varg just kind of like he has this this grimace on his face while he looks her up and down. Is just like I might need a bigger body.
Fangs. Would a ring of enlarging do it? Yes, I've got one. He puts it on, and suddenly he's like the size of an ogre.
Fair point.
Ring of enlarging. I don't know if that spell's in this edition, but it was one of my favorites. You could turn the fighter into a giant ogre-sized monster, smashing the shit out of everything. It was especially good when it was a halfling fighter. Make fun of the halfling. Yes?
Is there any chance that ring of enlarging could come in handy at some other points?
Yes. Well, I'm not giving away my ring of enlarging. I had to purloin it from a certain Iokonu, the laughing magician.
You have such the most fascinating stories.
Oh yes, I had not thought about that.
It's a fair mistake that that you would have made. You were not raised around your own kind. You were raised by humans, so they only have one kid.
Yes. Sometimes two. Yes, I have seen that. So anyway, Rip Fang begins telling a story as the fire crackles. He begins telling the story of how Iokonu cursed him, and through his cleverness, Rip Fang made sure the curses all came true in ways that were of advantage to him. One of the curses was he would lose his heart's desire. So all he wished for an entire day was to be able to eat rocks. And sadly, he lost that. He never had the ability. So you all have now learned some anti-cursing techniques which you can use. One has to balance one's curses, Rip Fang says. All right, so the evening passes. Peter and Davina, they bid you all farewell and they depart to their homestead. Peter decidedly not having to wear his chains anymore. And Alaric is in a good mood. As Rip Fang he's actually warmed up to Rip Fang a bit. And Kiara is she's got that bouncy, I'm super excited, let's go kind of feel to her. Yeah. Okay, she just eats it up. She's pretty good with a longsword, like most elves are. And so she's eager to learn and very happy. And everything you teach her, she soaks up like a sponge. Well, she does soak that up, but remember, you have become one of the most famous sword fighters in Selene. So you're teaching her about pine cones and spiked nard and things like that. And she's like, "So, how do you cut someone in such a way that they can no longer fight?" Yeah, cutely annoying. That's her shtick. Okay. So you all head further south, and you come to smell it first because you have the best nose. You smell decay. You smell rotting flesh, probably dwarf.
Oh boy. Well,
Okay, with a very cursory search, you find a dead dwarf, cold. His chainmail has been ripped to pieces, and he is clutching a map. You notice there are black frostbite marks in the shape of hands on his body. He's clutching a map to a nearby cave, and he has a diary.
and
Yes, he does.
Bard's checking for that.
Yes, looks like it. All right, the diary is written in Dwarvish. Um, Elric's like, "Ooh, me! I know Dwarvish. Yes." Oh goodness. I suppose you want to know the last bit, right?
Every
And
bit's of
otherwise,
help.
there's lots of notes on metallurgy here, the beginning. But you want to know the last pages, correct?
Yes.
Oh, from the first part. I mean, the diary is extensive. Looks to be a year old. Anyway, let's see. Oh, goodness. Went into the cave. Their cleric, a brother Lyndon, a priest of St. Cuthbert, succumbed to madness. Are two other people in imminent danger, and our young Prince Mervyn was attempting to get out and secure help. Alaric is like, he mentions the restless dead. No, but it's probably some form of undead that strikes with the chill of the grave. Basically, it's necrotic damage. Well, basically they talk about in older editions like necrotic damage was freezing, but it was the kind of freezing of like the depths of space, as opposed to it's just icy. Alaric looks like he's about to throw up. Oh, I am terrified of the undead.
Why did we bring him? Lucky he's got that.
well, I will trust your judgment and your blades. You've obviously done this sort of thing before, correct?
Once.
Faced the undead? That's good, that's good. I feel better. Yes, and you've lived, so obviously you are quite skilled at it.
I feel more that was luck.
And you all did successfully kill the Vampire Lord of Ravenloft. We cannot forget that. You'll notice I don't give out less XP for underhanded tactics.
No, that's good.
It is a cursed object. It will make someone, whoever reads it, do some strange command coded into the scroll. Gaseous form? Yes. Yes, I can be gaseous and they won't kill me then. Well, I mean, I'll only drink it as a last resort if everyone else is dead. So gladly takes it. And he's like, well, shall we go?
Onward to the undead!
Lead on.
Okay, it's almost mid-afternoon when you reach the entrance to this cave. There are some worn statues, and a musty smell emanates from the darkness. Not really, because this place is gigantic. Varg, do you have the undead as any of your favorite enemies?
I do not.
Okay, then no kobolds and orcs here. Can you smell Ripfang? All right, so who is going first into the darkness? Who's going to hold the light for Alaric? Who's going to hold the light for Alaric and Oslin? Okay.
And Varg will just let Oslin piggyback on him.
Okay. Oslin, are you down to piggyback on Hank? Varg. I'm sorry.
You want me to ride on your back, Var? Oslin will jump right up there.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have night vision or anything like that, or dark vision? Oh, okay.
So I am going to tell you, I'm going to roll to see if you hear stuff. using perception checks and whatnot. And if you do, you can douse the lanterns, douse the torches, and then possibly surprise approaching monsters. So I'm using some older edition rules that I really think add to the dungeon crawling experience. They are weak to holy damage or radiant damage. They are immune to mind control, electricity. They are immune to mind control. They are strong. Have resistance to electricity, cold, and that's it.
Does fire damage work on them?
Fire damage works. It's just not like extra powerful, but it works.
Okay.
Rip Fang is like, allow me to scout a bit ahead. I'll keep searching for traps, and if I can, I will try to keep us away from prying eyes. Is this acceptable to you? Yes. It's in fact something I'm very good at. I once invaded the place far to the west of here. Terrifying. I'll tell you about it sometime. The tomb of Aserarak. All right, so you enter this cave. There is a hallway leading off to a crudely carven hallway leading off to the east and one leading to the south. Which way do you want to go? Let's see. You smell decaying flesh from the eastern passage, and just more musty, dusty smell from the southern passage. Rip Fang is like, may I counsel, if we move quietly and cautiously, we might be able to avoid the lot of them.
I like it. Well, could we trap them in here?
Yes, we could possibly trap them, but I find the best thing to do is to get a good idea of what we're dealing with before we think about trapping or fighting it.
I like it.
So lead on. Tell me which way to go. I do. All right. Oh man. Okay. Yikes. No, that's for y'all. Okay. He was, and then I rolled. All right, so everyone has been surprised by 3 mummified creatures. They come out of the darkness with glowing yellow eyes. One swings at you, Trell. And it. What's your armor class? Okay, you get hit, unfortunately. Okay, so you take 1 damage and you lose 1 strength temporarily. Say again? All right, now the next one reaches for you, Varg. Wrong die. Reaches for you, Varg. And Varg, you dance out of the way of it easily. By the way, Trell, where it touched you, you felt cold as your life energy was being pulled from you. Oslin, one of them reaches for you, and you get a free attack on it.
I'm gonna smack at him. I'm gonna pull my fire sword out and yell Zippo.
All right, you do so. Roll to hit. You've got to beat.
Do I roll Dex or?
Long swords. I'm gonna say sword. So it's strength, Dex. So roll your Dex.
Okay.
So just roll short sword to hit. All right, I'll add your proficiency bonus. So yes. All right. So you actually no, you don't manage to hit it. Unfortunately, the creature hisses as your flaming blade moves near it. It goes. Okay. Now, so we're in turn order. Oslin, you get to attack. It is your first go of the round.
Okay. Am I still on Varg's back?
Yes.
Okay, so I will. I'm gonna leap off and attack the closest one to me.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
Oh,
Beat a 16.
acrobatics. Okay. Nope.
Okay. So you jump down, you land in a heap, but you manage to hold on to your sword, not catch your hair on fire. So congratulations there. Unfortunately, your attack missed. So Trell, it is your go. They just basically just picture they just sort of the 3 of them just came out of the darkness and right into the middle of your party. You are. All right. Wisdom. Would be to 16. Shit. Okay. Let's see how bad you critically failed. Good news is it wasn't too bad. You just can't use Moonbeam for 3 rounds. Congrats. Do what? Sorry. Varg, what are you going to do? What you do? I'm sorry. My bad. No. Undead never sleep. And you hit the sucker. And you chop into it. Your blade actually slices into its undead flesh. You hear the sound of what you fancy is the souls escaping, but the thing's not down. It's angry and very tough. All right, so Varg, it is your go.
Just checking things out, like thinking of the next move here. So
Right. Basically any mind affecting thing the undead don't get affected by. That could be very powerful for crowd controlling these three. No worries. Excellent. Actually, he can go with the NPCs in a moment.
these these things being undead, like, would they still be considered man, like human?
No.
Ugh, darn. Okay, I'm just gonna take a.
Okay, so roll to shoot one. That'll do it. Roll your damage, please. All right, you sink one into one of the creature's eyes. It shrieks in anger and agony. It is not down. Okay. Ripfang. He dives at one of them with his rapier. And he hits. And yes, he has. He drives in and he just does a riposte of 3 good shots to its back. The thing is now quite angry and coming after him. It's no longer y'all. Kiara, she swings her longsword and she hits. And she decapitates one of them, head removed. The thing's eyes go out. So, and then Alaric, he casts Flame Bolt. And unfortunately, that fizzles. He's like, yeah, oh. He's looking not so brave at this moment. Okay. Yes, Ren can use his polymorph. Just roll his intelligence. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna give him a +5 to use it because it's his natural ability. He hits. Pick what form you want the remaining two to be in. All right, the two whites turn into teacups. All right, bury the teacups.
Bury them? Why don't you just shatter them? Oh.
Actually, no, not with that level of success. It would not. Yeah, I mean, like if
permanent teacups.
Yes, but it's like they are permanently teacups. They're not coming back from that.
This ain't Chip. You're gonna keep the teacups? Is it gonna keep like your drinks forever?
Yes, it will keep the drinks forever cold. All right. So you guys are you finally reach the room, the chamber you were headed toward after that attack from several places in the tunnels. And you come to a room filled with ancient eldritch statues. Smell of decay is coming from the tattered body of a halfling. She's face down, has a bag with her, a broken short sword, and some leather armor. Backpack. She has a silver signet ring on her hand, which Rosalind you recognize from the Green Bottle family.
He will take the ring. Is there a
second?
Sure.
He knows the Enstad green bottles. She might be from them. Hard to recognize. Her face has been eaten. Do you search her body?
Yeah.
Find 100 gold pieces, leather armor, a dagger, tools, and that's it. From this room with vaguely Cthulhuid statues, there's a series of passages, one passage going south and one continuing east.
Sniffing.
You smell a living human, and you hear the faint calls from the south passage. You hear whimpering prayers.
Do we understand the prayers?
They're in common, and
Okay.
he is praying to Bakob, god of magic, to help him to end his misery. All right, you all continue through the dark, twisting passages to the south. You come to a room where there are two more of these whites and a big red skinned hairless dog. And they are speaking to each other in some blasphemous tongue. And a young wizard whose body is badly burned is hanging meat hook. Yes. Yes. They are. A wizard is hanging up, and it probably won't hit him. This is a fairly big room, and they seem to be taking a break from torturing him. Nice.
Damn.
Roll your wisdom. Okay. Good news. Up pretty much your action trying to cast that. Oslin, Varg, and the NPCs and Rin all get actions before these creatures can react. So, Oslin,
Okay.
your go.
I am going to shoot at them with my short bow roll.
Okay, roll to hit. Number is 16. You hit. Roll your damage, please. You aiming for the dog or the two bites?
Yeah, I would say the dog.
Okay. You hit the dog. The dog turns, glowers at you. A green glowing ichor drips from its teeth.
Ooh, don't like that.
All right.
Okay.
Varg. You wish to.
So I've been wanting to try this this power I have, conjure volley, but I don't think I can do that because it has to come from the air and it might hit that wizard dude. So
I'll say if you make the roll, you got it.
okay. Let's see.
Ranger power. Roll your bow skill. Okay. Okay, you skewer the whites. The whites have been obliterated by your blast of magical arrows. You've ever seen the guy stand up in various things and suddenly he's full of arrows? That's what you just did by yourself.
That's awesome.
That's Varg has impressed himself.
Sometimes your spells and powers do better than you think they will, and that's pretty awesome. Other times it can be disappointing. All right, so now the red-fanged creature is barking and screaming, and Rip Fang darts forward and skewers the creature in the side, inflicting some damage. Black ichor pours from its wound, and where the blood from it lands actually causes the floor to burn.
Ugh.
And Kiara opens up with her longbow and misses. And Alaric tries to cast something? And he's like, yeah. Oh, no. No. This is like those dreams. I'm going to die here. Okay. Rin, polymorph this guy. The difficulty is 16. Roll a d20 and add 5 to it. You do it! Nice! Right, the creature is transformed into a weasel. It is not permanent. It will revert back to its hellish form in 1 round. Okay, you're gonna bury the weasel.
Are there like shackles and more shackles and chains in this room?
Trell wants to bury the weasel, so Trell.
Okay.
Roll your wisdom. Osmond, you go first. Are you going to chain the weasel?
Yeah, I think we should just chain this bad boy up.
Okay, you roll. You have advantage. Roll to beat a 12 with your dexterity. I'm trying to figure out what the weasel catching attribute is.
I mean, that sounds right. Nope.
Okay.
I just hear a Benny Hill song playing over and over again.
The weasel's like, Trell, your go.
Stupid weasel.
Roll to beat a 12 to try to bury it. Yeah, you can do it. Okay, to make sure this works, we'll have to check the magnitude, and then we'll have to, after you roll, beat a 12, you have advantage to wisdom. Damn it. Okay, you're casting. You big dig the hole. The weasel jumps out. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with the weasel? Oh, this is one of the best fights I've GM'd in a long time. Oh.
I am at a loss with the weasel. Yeah, I just want to picture Varg just being like, wild weasel, and just kicking it back into the hole.
Roll to hit it with a 12. You have advantage. It's a dex check. Please get this one. Y'all take out the whites handily. This weasel is just, it's like, I am
seriously.
You had advantage. All right. It falls down the pit. And Kiara actually uses mover to cover it. Rip Fang is breathing heavily. It was a weasel. Yes. Oh. Alric's like, oh, thank God, it was a weasel. Nice. Okay. So, There's the dying wizard hanging up there. He's like, "Oh, cure wounds,
He's
wisdom
skinned,
check."
isn't he?
Oh, if he gets a good enough roll on the cure wounds, it'll help. Unfortunately, our wizard friend passes away before. Yeah, it was one of those. He's been tortured for a while. You got one chance, and hey, y'all, hellhound into a weasel and bury it before it used its breath weapon. Deeply impressed. Fire, 36 damage. Save for half damage. Okay, so clever use. You're in this room now. Go ahead. All right. So there's the north passage you came from. There is a passage going west and a passage going east from this room.
Did that wizard have anything on him?
Searching the room, correct?
Yeah.
You're searching. You have a spell book.
Well, we will keep that and give it to Arius.
Staff covered with runes. Find a nifty-looking ebony staff covered in runes. Oh no, it's got a bunch. Alaric's like, oh my. Poor fellow, he had a very good. I think all of these people must have been rich. He must not have been a very good wizard, but there are a lot of good spells in here. Oh, I mean, one or two. One wizard. Honestly, Arius, I'll roll for what he gets. But Vard, you can get something out of this.
Ooh.
You can get a knock spell.
Ooh.
You get two spells, knock and wizard lock. They lock a door magically so that it cannot be opened except with a knock spell.
Ooh.
Those are your two level 1 spells.
I do.
If there's, and I mean, I'm making them level 1s. They're level 1s in this game, as far as I'm concerned. So, just ruling knock, and I think locking and opening doors is a pretty basic thing. I never saw why one was level 2 and one's level 1. It's like,
I mean, you might not want to say that with Clem existing.
Clem's awesome. Yeah, no problem. All right, so east or west, those are your choices.
Should we continue east?
both directions. Oh, I've gone east once and south once.
Well, let's go west then.
Okay. All right, you all head west. Rip Fang is sneaking ahead, and he raises his hand for everyone to stop. There is a room you come to that is filled with ancient-looking coffins. There's one white here, and there's a glowing brazier of fire in the middle.
Barg's gonna take one look at that room and just vaguely, like in his mind, is just thinking, again.
Right. So tired of vampires.
The brazier is glowing with an eerie green fire. It seems to be some sort of cold witch fire. I have seen this sort of thing referenced in books. I never thought I would actually see it in person. Yes, it is a type of fire that can burn just about anything, including the undead, so you could technically use it against him. A sufficiently powerful cleric of a good deity could do it. Rip Fang also pats your shoulder and says, "There's I see 3 shadows in there." And when he points them out, you see these demonic-looking, like regular shadows, but they're furtively running about. No one attached to them. Drain your strength. You can.
I mean, can we cast Moonbeam together?
You can. So, Oslin, you cast the first moonbeam. Just roll a wisdom check.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. You have advantage because you're hiding. Actually, for you as a druid, you have enough advantage on this that you succeed, and you have set several of the shadows burning. The holy radiant light. Trell. Hey. Huh? It does. Well, no, don't use that for the simple reason you have advantage because you have surprise. So, yeah, all right, you can cast that soon. he makes his roll, he's fine. Basically, if it works like for you, it'll work for the NPCs. Oh, goodness. Oh, my. Ben has transformed himself into a mouse. 4 rounds.
Give him some cheese.
All right. So good job on the moonbeams, Varg.
Okay. Kind of lost track, like in all the excitement. So just kind of recapping. Are we fighting? Oh,
There are 3 burning shadows and a burning white. Everybody's pissed, confused, and surprised.
okay. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Ben is
dear.
now a mouse for 4 rounds.
Oh dear Lord. Okay. Like there was something about I lost track after all the excitement happened, and I was just like, wait, where are we? Suddenly Ren's a mouse. Eh, um, the burning shadows. They are corporeal, right?
They are not corporeal, but you can hit them.
D&D logic. Okay.
Well, because you have a magic weapon. You could.
The Misery Ends longbow is.
It's magical.
Oh, okay. Well, that will probably explain why I'm so good with it. All right. Okie dokie. Let's see. What can I do here?
Just feathering people with arrows seems to work very well for you.
No,
I mean, everybody else is doing like Benny Hill tricks, and you're like Robin Hooding.
Yeah. And I don't think I've had a single bad time with just basic rolls. Like everyone else has done basic rolls and it's like a 50-50 chance. Like I've always like hit like got good rolls on my basic hits. Now watch I say that, and if I go to do that again, it's gonna suck this time. I, yeah, that's why I'm like trying to think.
We'll do half damage, but half of a massive amount of damage is still a massive amount of damage.
You know, with the white being an undead, I'm like I'm trying to figure out what this healing spirit would do, because will it just work on me, or can I send it out to attack the thing, or I don't know. Oh.
Oh, actually, no. I play by the old school rules that healing spells damage the undead. You're sending stuff from the positive material plane to screw with something from the negative.
That's pretty cool.
Right. Well, healing spirit is a bonus action, and so I get, if I do basic attack, I get 3 basic attacks and then the bonus action.
You do 3d6 damage with your basic. Rather than having to roll 3 times, if you hit, I'm going to say, okay, you're really good. You're a freaking trained sniper. Why do you have to? It's not like, damn, I forgot how to use my gun or bow or whatever, you know.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So. Okay.
You roll the hit first, then you roll your wisdom for healing spirit.
Okay.
Honestly, at this stage, you just have to beat a 10. The room is glowing with like blasts of radiant moonlight.
Okay, so what I'll be doing is I'll just be doing since the misery end bow does a 1d8 plus 4 piercing, that's a 3d8 plus 4.
Just roll. Honestly, just roll a 1d8 plus 4, just like it, and I'll triple that.
Okay.
We'll call it a day. I'll spread it out over 3 targets.
Okie dokie.
Or you can just put it all in one and pick your poison. Moly, okay, Varg. By all means, roll your damage, sir. Okay. Everything in the room is dead. Like I just picture Varg pulls 3 arrows, boom. One goes right through the white into the last shadow that thought he got away. So, Alaric is like, you are all really quite amazing. I feel safer already.
And me as a player feels like Varg's OP as hell.
Okay, that's the point. You're a hero, you're like level 9, and it's like, yes, you should be about the best there is to most people in the world. I mean, you are a highly skilled professional. Now, asking Varg to dance or have courtly manners, probably not his forte.
Except for that one time where my lie went on for so goddamn long somehow.
Right? Nuts. All right, so y'all have cleared this room. 6 of them.
You're not thinking of opening these, are you? Oh.
Fang's like, well, surely if we just open one. Oh, a lich wouldn't be in here. A Sarak's tomb was horrible, and we got nowhere near the lich. So, no lich worth his salt is going to be in these little coffins.
Which he opens one and like one just flies out of nowhere.
All right, so he looks it over and goes, no traps. All right. He lifts the lid off. There's a decaying skeleton and rotted robes in there, and there's also a really, really, really nifty little gold orb. My goodness. I think I know what this is. Oh, goodness. This is an orb of gold dragon control. Yep. Yes. No idea. Do I look like the kind of person that leaves trinkets or artifacts in tombs? Just
Yeah, you do.
Shoots you a grim look. Tea leaf. I don't know what I've done to offend you, but at least I have done nothing to serve our expedition.
Is there like any way to like identify, like, is this like a family burial or is it like individual people?
Actually, if you ask Alaric, he's like, these seem to be the tombs of Auric kings. Oh, it will control all gold dragons.
No, of course not. Well, should we pop the tops on the rest of them?
Things like, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Oslin just like shrugs his shoulders.
He opens another one and finds a small. He finds a ring. Probably it's human-sized and it's gold with an emerald setting.
Is there anything that we can use to identify that?
Alaric.
Oslin just looks up at him and smiles.
Oh yes. Now you want to know. Pretty ring. It's valuable. Workmanship you will never see its like again. It's an ring. It's worth 14,000 gold. You might want
14,000 gold.
All right, and in the rest of the chamber, in the rest of the coffins, you all find do find a sword that's rather interesting. It's made of black metal, carved with chaos runes. And Alaric is like, that is one of the most evil swords in Legendary. It is the Black Razor. It is a weapon of chaos and evil. Has been known to slay even the mightiest demons and gods. It devours the souls of whomever it kills.
Should we put it in the bag of holding?
Rip Fang's like, I can wrap that in something, and we can keep it in my pack. Not too long. Not too long. Well, I mean, he goes to Oslin. Oslin, would you mind putting my food in Hank's saddlebags? I don't want to eat anything this is touched.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's what you found in this chamber. There is an exit going north. Yeah, there's plenty of others. You just went west, and there's one chamber going north out of here. So you going eastward or northward? No, you did not come from there. However, heading northward after several about 30 minutes of walking through corridors, you find yourself back at the entrance.
Say good luck.
I mean, are you satisfied?
Of course, Alaric takes a moment. He takes a sip from his flask and says, "There were more chambers, and if we found that out here, what in the name of the gods is there? It's further in here.
I agree.
This place is purely evil."
I agree. So I have a question.
Yes.
What is it? One of the thing jigs, Wanderer or whatever. Like I have a excellent memory for maps, geography, all that kind of stuff. Would I be able to
Yes.
remember which way we went to go?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I mean, with us together, we can get lost. I would actually be able to find our way when we got back to a certain room.
Correct. Basically, you guys now know that you've gone to the big square formation, and you know that that's the outer part of this barrow or tomb.
Okay. So when we go back in, instead of going east, what was it, north or east were the choices?
You've got east and south from this
Go
entrance.
south. Well, let's go south.
You've been south, so you're
Okay,
going.
we went south.
Are you going east? So south would take you back to the coffin room. East would take you to the room with the statues and the dead halfling.
Okay, so which room do you guys want to go back?
Okay. Go back to the coffins. And then you go east to the room where the dying wizard was. All right. Quiet is the tomb. You can go north. Or actually, from here, you can go... The only way you haven't been is east from here. All right. Excellent. Everything's going well, and then you see something terrifying. There is a big, long room, a hallway. There's a door that goes north and a door that goes to the east out of it, or an archway in each direction. And there are two elevated balconies above. There are a bunch of skeletons with bows standing on these balconies, and a massive mummified minotaur is patrolling back and forth endlessly through this hall. The minotaur is dragging this massive axe.
Okay, so skeletons cannot be harmed by piercing damage. Right?
You know what? Yes, they can. Yeah, they can.
Okay.
They're up on a balcony. You could possibly climb up. You get the drop on some of the skeletons. Because if you start fighting the Minotaur below, the skeletons are going to start shooting at anything.
Right, and if Var gets up there and is able to take out at least one of the balconies, he'll have a higher advantage towards the Minotaur when that's done.
I'd say the balcony's about 30 feet up. Hmm. Correct. Okay. So, all right, the diff on that is 19. Minotaur is big. Oslin, yes, Oslin.
Yeah. So Oslin's actually going to want to climb up on the wall to one balcony and try to take out. Yeah.
All right, so you climb up there. The skeleton doesn't see you. There are 5 skeletons on this side. What do you want to do?
I am going. Let's see. Could let's see. The call lightning, would that have an effect on him?
Yeah, I mean, enough damage is enough damage.
Okay, so he's gonna call lightning on those skeletons that are up there.
All right, so roll your wisdom. All right, so you blast basically all of them to cinders. They were brittle as hell. The others, though, they're turning and they're starting to aim at you. So Trell, it's your turn. Hmm. Correct. Did not. Never underestimate the ability to have advantage from surprise. All right, so you have blasted 5 of them to nothing. It may do extra. Okay, well, roll for your wisdom first. For your wisdom. Okay, longbow does not hit. What are you aiming for? Skeletons or Minotaur? The longbow. It can't act yet, so. Okay, you do not hit the Minotaur. Yes. Spirit Bond. Okay. Everyone gets to do triple damage
Nice.
for their ranged attacks. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. Yara opens fire on the skeletons and hits them. And fortunately, she kills one. Rip Fang has leapt up there, and he's fighting skeletons, but he's not taken one down yet. Alaric casts Firebolt. No.
And Oslin.
And Oslin what?
He looks down and laughs at and says, "This is why I laugh at
Okay, Alaric has floated to the ceiling. He is now weightless.
you." Can he be used like a hot air?
He's weightless, not lighter than air, but I mean he can't hold you up too. You just pull him. All right, so Hank. Oh wait, wrong die. Hank is wanted to try to attack the Minotaur, Oslin.
Yes.
Hank tries to attack the Minotaur, but his fangs just bury into the dead flesh, and the Minotaur shakes him off easily. Rin, do you want to try that polymorph? You do it! You magnificent bastard! You do it! Okay. The undead Minotaur has been transformed into a... Hang on, let me look at my random creature chart. Has been transformed into a very large bulldog. It will be that way for one round. All right, so... Oh my god!
Well, dogs can dig quite well.
Dogs dig well, and this thing's... Well, this thing's still got like a difficulty of 19, because it's undead. Weird. So, alright, so now it's the creature's turn. The bulldog runs. Y'all are so lucky. Bulldog jumps at Hank. And misses. Hank manages to dodge out of the way. His fur and his speed protect him. Okay. Background to you, Oslin.
Okay, are there still skeletons up there?
Yes, and unfortunately, Fang has taken 4 points of damage from them skewering him with arrows.
So if I were to do, like, I wouldn't be safe to do Moonbeam on him, or like Moonbeam in that area.
Moonbeam won't hit him.
Okay, so then that's
kind of the advantage to divine spells, is they don't hit friendlies.
okay.
Because arcane spells, the forces of chaos, you're pulling, screaming into this dimension. Don't care. Holy crap! All right. So you have vaporized those skeletons, and Ripfang gives you a salute with his rapier. All right. Trell, a giant angry bulldog. Thing's still big. I mean, it wasn't like a total success. It was like, you did good to transform it. That's awesome. But it's still powerful. So try. If you spend the entire round and your magnitude is great enough, I will let you bury it.
And don't forget you do have Move Earth. Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on. Oh, damn it. All right, you're trying, but the hole just won't get big enough. The thing just kept stepping annoyedly out of the way of the hole. There's a very big, growly bulldog. Smells vaguely of freeze-dried hamburger.
Hey, I have like a player question about your system for enemies. So this Minotaur is a very high is obviously a very high level. And it's obviously going to take a lot of hits to take it down. What exactly are its max hit?
Its hit points are 200.
Okay. Okay. No,
It's not all 5e. It's kind of a mediocre, fair-leveled enemy.
right. Because I was actually preemptively thinking about my next turn, and how many skeletons are left, by the way?
None. Oslin, Rickfang, and Kiara have taken them down.
Okay, and can you use a bonus action before you take your actual action?
You can, yes.
Okay. And what are the rules on the rules for concentration spells?
If you are hit, you have to make a concentration check.
Okay.
Beyond that, you can't have two of them going at the same time.
Right. And if the bonus action that you take beforehand is a concentration spell?
You can still act, as long as you don't try to cast another spell.
Okay, cool. All right, carry on.
So I have a question real quick. It might be a dumb question. Are only wizard a spell book, or can like anybody read it and try to do it?
Only wizards can act. Oh, you could try to read a random spell. A mighty collection
Ulrich, of right, that's what I'm saying. Like if Ulrich can identify.
Valor could identify the spell. You can try to use it as a scroll. It's going to be hard. You'll be at a disadvantage, but you can try.
Okay, I was just wondering.
It will allow you to try just about anything.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Barg, what you going to do?
Okay, so I'm hoping I am reading this bonus action correctly, but
Tell me what you want to do. Don't worry about the power. Just tell me.
it's called Swift Quiver. Swift Quiver. And what I'm reading is, I guess supposedly it's going to add 2 more abilities to my already 3 basic attacks. The 2 basic attacks to my already 3 basic attacks, so it'll give me 5.
Yeah, you 10 times. You roll 5 dice of damage. You roll once. You roll 5 dice of damage, and then that's it.
And then we have that triple advantage from Trell's thing.
Yes. Triple damage. Yes. You roll with advantage, and your damage is going to be 10 times whatever you get.
Okay. Oh, all right. So I'm going to use my Swift Quiver ability.
Okay.
It's a
All right, so you're
concentration.
going to roll 5 damage dice. Roll to hit. You have advantage too. Remember that. Holy macaroni! Now roll your damage, please. All right, so
Good lord.
60 points of damage. All right, you just like stick 5 arrows into this gigantic dog. And it's not happy. Definitely not happy. All right, so minus 5. Holy dog crap. All right, so you have in this moment whittled it down from 200 to about 120 hit points. Congratulations. That was impressive. Okay. Nice job, Varg. Yara is casting Moonbeam. She's a druid. And the radiant power of light just burns down on the dog, inflicting a significant amount of damage to it. It's burned, screaming, howling in rage. All right. Ripfang pulls out his crossbow, and he misses like a bitch. Let's see what Alaric does. Come on, Alaric. Alaric finally gets that flame bolt off.
Hi.
And the fire just scorches this creature. So, all right, it's still up. It's turned back to its Minotaur form. It's gonna make an action. So, who all's still on the ground? That'd be Trell. Arg's up in the balcony. Kara's on the ground. Alaric and Ripfang aren't. So, and Hank's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Trell, I need you to make a dex save right now. Okay, all right. So, taking it. Yara is taking it. And Hank. Oh, wait. Hank is taking it. So each of you takes 15 damage as the creature just charges through, striking the wall with such force that it cracks. It spins around, spewing rotten smelling fumes. Its charge attack is pretty scary. Okay. 15 points, yeah. Kiara is still up. Still up, thankfully. But they're not going to take it for a hit like that again. Just hurt your dog. What are you going to do?
I'm shooting lightning at this guy. No, I think I'm gonna do moonbeam.
You're going to moonbeam him again. All right, roll, please. Okay. All right, so your moonbeam misses him. You're trying to get it on him. You're trying to focus your thoughts, but you just can't at this moment. So Trell. Yes. That'll be a bonus. Yeah, okay, awesome. thing. So it is inflicting John. It's burning him as you've shined it on him. So excellent. What's your bonus? Yeah. It is. You did. Okay, so you didn't get a natural 19, unfortunately. Okay, so you hit it, and roll your damage, please. And it is times. It's not double times 3, but it is times 3 because you're using 2 swords at once. So you managed to hack into it repeatedly. Your steel is singing as it strikes the undead flesh. All right, Varg, it's your go. Trell is he is dancing. He's doing his blade dancing thing down there with it. What are you going to do, Varg?
Is Swift Quiver still in effect?
It is. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna take,
as long as you're concentrating, you don't move.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a shot.
Hey, roll the hit. Beat a 19. Nice. All right. So roll your damage, please. All right, that's 8.
Get out here. We're going in that one.
I'm sorry, I have to get a calculator for your damage here. Times 5 times. My God, times 2. All right. So, and I knew this would happen because I've seen this done on other rangers. With your natural 20 and your incredible skill with Swift Quiver, you have pretty much just destroyed this enemy. It is gone. You have cut it to pieces with arrows. Congratulations, Varg. I've only seen that done one other time.
I'm picturing that like I killed it with maybe like the first 2, maybe 3 arrows, and then I just shot the last 2 for,
pretty much. You just obliterated this thing. Oh, there's a doorway, a hallway going north, and a hallway going east. Not been down either one of them.
Oh my God, these dogs.
No, they were just in this room. Bart has finally floated to the ground. I'm fine. I'm usually much better at casting spells. Really, I promise.
Oh, so Kiara is on the ground with Trell, right?
Yes.
Okay, and Rip Fang is up on the balconies with Varg and Oslin?
He's climbed. Yeah, he's actually signaling you. Let's climb down, Varg. Drink.
He's actually going to heal him up with the cure wound.
Well, before you all start throwing spells, hey Oslin.
Yes.
You think it's time for second breakfast?
I do think it's time for second breakfast.
All right. Okay, everyone gets healed for 13 points. And you have received the benefits of a short rest. So, yeah, second breakfast is a powerful ability, and I like it.
I've already had one, yes. Second breakfast.
The thing is like second breakfast is really good. I appreciate second breakfast. Alric is like, yes, second breakfast. I enjoy. North or east? The decision is yours. Sniffing each direction reveals, actually, to the east, you smell blood. Okay. Check. %. Okay. Awesome. So you come here, you find an empty coffin, some dirt in it.
No, you're not.
There are little bits of blood, droplets, and you see some dried out corpses.
Oh, fantastic.
There's also two weird looking Cthulhu statues here.
Sorry.
There's two weird Cthulhu statues and a hallway going north from whence you smell blood. You find each one has about 2 copper pieces on it. All right. You're searching the room. You don't really find anything special here. You do know they walked out of here. Yeah, that's about it. So, and that's kind of all you see. Hello? You notice someone walked out of here. It was the same direction. They walked past you all at some point. Yeah, but y'all didn't see it.
Like, are there footprints to?
There are.
Varg seems puffier than usual.
Nobody has anything that you can do to like identify something, is there?
Well, actually, Varg, you know these were human footprints that walked out. At least human-shaped. It was a male, possibly 125 pounds, about 6'1", very thin.
For once, my nose.
He also smells like dirt. I'll realize it was a vampire sleeping in this coffin.
I mean, if he didn't mess with us, then
In your
hurt
search,
just to keep
you
pushing
find-
forward.
In your search, you find a note saying, "I am dreadfully sorry. I will find some other place to sleep. Please don't kill me. Your pal, Lauren. Loren." killing every.
Yeah, we're killing everybody.
Why does Lauren sound familiar? Why do I feel like we've heard that name in this game before?
Fairly common, actually, Greyhawk names. So I've got a list of them.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
There's like a 50% chance the name. Go ahead.
I was just because like I honestly feel like I've heard that name before, and it was like either just some random person or if we had already like come across them and talked to them at one point. I vaguely remember. I don't know. I don't know. Just I don't know. I had a whole deja vu moment right there.
It's okay. All right. So you got the letter. Heading north or back the way you came? Okay, north it is. All right, so you come to a chamber with a dead, young, red-haired human warrior with her heart torn out. She has a very finely made dwarven rapier. That is very nice. Do you mind? Terribly. Aha! It's called Steel Tongue, and it gives +5 to intimidate. I've got it written down for him. All right. So there is one way you have not gone, and that would be to the east. All right. You find yourself in a chamber with weird statues of a faceless god and a young man in robes and plate mail armor is sitting down and chewing on a human heart. Oh, hello. How are you? Yes. I seem to have become lost and I was starving. This guy's got a. You don't need to. This guy's got like human blood all over his mouth. He's eating a heart.
Yeah. So you're lost enough to eat.
Telling the truth, he's starving. Well, we should get along famously. My name is Lyndon. Oh, my adventuring party became hopelessly lost. We were trapped in here, and I fled to this chamber. I'm afraid I had to remove the heart of my poor, poor dead friend. And I hid. I ran. I've been skulking in here for what feels like eternity in the dark. I've only got my little lantern with me. Oh, brave souls. Perhaps you could escort me out of here. No, no, no. This room has felt safe, the only safe place I could find. Oh, that wicked creature. It came upon us. It killed poor Trixie. She was a halfling, you know. Rather, she's not.
Out of all of the things you could have eaten off of her, you chose her heart.
You check her pack. All of our rations turned foul.
Varg just kind of like normally people like go for a limb or chop off something of that sort. They don't go straight for the organs.
Alaric is looking really. Actually, Alaric is not listening. He's looking at the walls. Moment. And then's like, please let us be gone. I've no desire to stay here any longer. Is poor Mervyn alive? He made his way out of the cave. Yes, my dwarf prince. Oh. Oh no. He begins sobbing bitterly. Alaric comes up to you and he touches you on the shoulder, Trell. He's like, Trell, we should not let him out of this chamber. I believe he is possessed by something called the Echo of Tharisdun. Because the wall warns that the Echo of Tharisdun is trapped here, and that it can possess others. Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know. I mean, perhaps I could question him. All right, so Alaric walks up, begins asking him questions, and he reaches out and tries to grab Alaric, and you see his eyes are glowing a violet purple. Alaric dances out of the way. It's trying to kill me! You said you'd keep me safe! I don't know if it's undead, just kill it!
Varg's gonna shoot the thing in the leg.
Actually, it gets to act. All right, Varg, it casts Cause Light Wounds on you.
Ow.
Actually, cause wounds, and this is a big one. It is inflicting 12 points of damage as it hits you. So basically, your skin blisters, boils, and pops.
Eesh.
Ow.
All right. It also casts it on. Oof. Okay, fortunately, it does not manage to hit Kiara. It also tries to get you, Oslin. Oslin, what's your armor class?
13.
Okay, you do get hit for 19 points of damage. All right, Oslin, it's your go.
Right. So we're gonna do. If I shoot him with lightning, am I gonna
Are you going to hit anybody else? No.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yes. Oh, Oslin's wanting to blast him with some lightning first.
Yeah, I'm angry. Nope.
Okay, he actually catches the divine energy in his hands and devours it.
How far are we towards the door?
You're pretty close. You're pretty close. You're like 20 feet. Go, what are you going to do?
Shall you be
So you're
taking
gonna leave?
suggestions?
You can leave. I mean, y'all can start running now. Nice, nice. Earth bend him in there. Okay, all right. Very good. So, you guys are running out the door, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ripbang grabs you, Oslin, and he's like, go, 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 come on! This ain't your spell. We don't want to try this. All right, so you all have made it out of the room. I'm not going to make you roll to seal it in there. You have done so, Trell. Okay, excellent. Now are making your way back to the entrance, correct? Okay, you all make it out. You're standing in the moonlight. Eric is like, thank Palor, thank Bakob, thank Aladamara, oh, thank Ilona, thank them all. I'm out. Yes, yes. That would be splendid.
Did we get that dwarf signet ring?
Do. All right. Ripfang is like, perhaps we should stop and sleep. I've got holes in me and I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, so y'all get a little bit away from the cave, and do you cast your tent? Excellent. Okay, it's in a hole. Everybody's in the hole tent. All right. Righty. So next time you will be back at Ostwerk, into Daria. What happened? Hopefully, y'all had fun tonight.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
As I said, it's just easier for me to be a little more freeform with the spells than where, okay, gosh, you've got 2 spell slots left. Like the heck with that.
Yeah, I like it.
Y'all are actually feeling like druids and woodland protectors as opposed to, I'm done. I can fix your shirt. And that's fine. I mean, but Varg, you were the MVP tonight. That was just like,
Yes, true story.
It's like I'm going to turn it into a pin cushion. Hang on, there is a GIF.
Legolas
Yeah,
who?
this one. Well, Legolas doesn't exist in this world, so... and against normal mortals, you are just crazy. 5 people at the same time. Here we go. Time to... I found what I was talking about. All right, click copy link. Link copied. I'll put it in the Discord. So right there. That's what I was seeing. That's exactly what I was seeing tonight. So. I'm so glad y'all enjoyed that. So yeah, that's been your fun Game of Thrones, I think, shooting somebody full of everything. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for playing tonight. Next time we will begin at Ostberg, the keep on the Borderlands, and let y'all get back or possibly help Darius solve a few things. The choice is yours.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Well, take care, everybody, and I will see y'all next week.
All right, sounds good. Everybody, good night, guys. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Thanks,
Good night.